Phineas and Ferb did their own Christmas special. This one, like the Muppets, is a family Christmas special. So, Season 3, Episode 17 is the episode in question, and its title being let me make sure I got this right, yep. A Phineas and Ferb Family Christmas. Now, they had the Christmas special from a couple seasons ago that I would like to talk about at some point, but I thought I would talk about this one because it connects very nicely with the Muppets because it's a family Christmas special. I mean, what I really like about this is not only the standard Phineas and Ferb style humor, but there's also some like deconstructive of the tropes of a family Christmas special. Like literally, this is. Let me actually make sure I get this just right. So that line being, every family Christmas special needs a little bit of false drama. That's Ferb's one line in this special, this episode. And I think it does a good job on two accounts, because one, not only does it get the Ferb line, but it's also a meta line, because it does somewhat break the fourth wall, but not because the whole thing that they're doing in this episode, because you know, the Phineas and Ferb always have some big project going on. Well, guess what their project this time is? A family Christmas special in the middle of summer. I mean, what I really like about this is, because this is definitely Season 3 Candace. Season 1 Candace would have been all trying to bust them, but here, like, you can tell, later seasons, like, sure, she still wants to tell Mom what's going on, but you can tell, especially by the fourth season, but you've seen this in the third season, a lot more of it is, she's not doing it to get her brothers in trouble, but more so to prove that she wasn't lying. And, you know what? And when the mom finally comes home, like, so, she says, like, let me look it up so I get it just right. And so, after the mom says that she heard that they were doing Christmas in July, Candace responds, and yes, they were, and it actually was very sweet. Like, that's showing that it really is a important part in sense for characterization. Because while Phineas and Ferb did not do a linear story per se, operating on a floating timeline, you can still tell there was always, especially with specials like this, always a little bit of character development here. Like, clearly, like, she didn't want to get her brothers in trouble. She just wanted the mom to see that they were doing a Christmas special, really. And, like, and you know, it's like, she never once said, like, when they were doing, she didn't say, you guys are so busted. She did not say that. She said, I gotta go make a call. Like, it's showing that character change, which I really appreciate. But I'm talking a lot about the characterization, but what about the Christmas stuff going on? You got Christmas sweaters, and like literally, Candace actually does ask him, where are these Christmas sweaters coming from, in like kind of an insulting way, and cuts to an old lady who is knitting them, like live on camera, I guess, on scene. Oh man. And they also got a few other things. They only do 3 songs, which is a lot for Phineas and Ferb, because there's always at least one song, but it's also not a lot because when they've done a musical, like Roller Coaster the Musical, there's a bunch of songs. So I kind of wish they did this a bit more of a musical, but you know what? This is still a very good special, because it basically is just a regular summer day for them. It's not a thing special, they're just happening to be doing Christmas in the summer. But one thing I really do like is with Buford and Brigitte, they basically do a parody of Good King Wenceslas, and like they actually talk about the history of the song, and like it is just so good. But the funny thing I find in this song is when they cut to Isabella playing the violin. Like, I don't know why, but there is just, I think, the most hilarious bit in the song. Like, I don't think anyone expects that to be the funniest bit. I have a feeling they were expecting the funniest bit to be something of Stu from Perry, which I still need to talk about. But like, for me, that is the funniest bit. I don't know why. Here's Buford and Brigitte arguing essentially in their way, and then Buford being himself, and cuts to Isabella just playing the violin gracefully. Like, why do I find that so hilarious? I guess it's just one of those things, there's that juxtaposition and all that, and it's just something I find hilarious. But speaking of the Duke from Perry plot, I mean, so apparently Duke just watched TV and sees this Christmas special on, and he's like, it's Christmas alright? Like, did he not think to check a calendar just in case it was a Christmas in July type thing, Christmas in the summer? But then again, this is Duke we're talking about, so when Perry breaks in, there's a mistletoe above the door and he steps aside thinking it's a trap in some form. It is hilarious, but also kind of weirdly makes sense given how they oftentimes use, like, there's a whole episode where they feature the character Peter the Panda, and it's like framed like, you know, Doofus cheating on Perry. It's just like, so in a way it kind of does make sense, but still, like, Perry's always expecting a trap, and his evil plan is to cut lines Christmas shopping. It's not even Christmas yet. But still, when Perry uses the reverse switch to get Doof back, the cashier like literally rings up customer vaporization on aisle 4. Like, it's just another hilarious scene because how deadpan that character says that line. It's just love it. Also, another thing too is Carl is being an extra in the Christmas special. Why? I don't know. So he's not there to help Major Monogram brief Perry. Like, I just like how that all builds up. But yeah. And then, of course, speaking of Perry, the first drama of this is, where's Perry? I like how they do incorporate that one common line to nearly every single episode into the in-universe Christmas special that they're doing. And I just think it's just lovely. It's really just a lovely Christmas special. No, just in the middle of summer, celebrate Christmas. Do a Christmas in July. And I think it's also portrayed because it's also a hot day, so they want to cool it off. There's a reason why this episode in real reruns have often been paired with Swinto, another episode where they decide to cool off, which by the way has a beautiful song, Swinto. But getting back to the Christmas special, a Phineas and Ferb Family Christmas, as I should say, it is really just a good Christmas special. It has the the classic Phineas and Ferb humor. It has the gags, the songs. It has really everything that you would want out of a Phineas and Ferb episode meets Christmas. Mine's a big save Christmas type thing, but no, the main Christmas special does kind of do that. But you know what? I think I should talk about that next year. But in the meantime, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section down below. I know it aired several years ago, but we can still talk about it. But if you haven't done so already, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and upvote. Also, if you're so interested, feel free to check out any links down below, and to subscribe and follow the channel if you haven't yet done so. And as always, have a day, good night, wherever you are. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas!